Today I am going to be ranking Thomas and Friends CGI characters because I am bored and I have nothing else to do. Okay, Thomas, he's the main character, I guess. So, he's pretty good, but like he's not the best. Cuz like he's got his problems in the early seasons with him just being a general dumbass, but I'll give him S because I'm nice. Edward, he can go S as well. If they had kept his personality from the model era, he would have been great. But they turned him into a whining little baby in the early Nitrogen seasons looking for attention. Henry, I wish I could be. I wish I could say nice things about Henry, but I just can't think of anything nice to say about him. I mean, in the UK, he's got a decent voice. Gets annoying if you have to listen to it for too long, kind of like my voice. So I do like how in season 20 he gets Henry in the dark. That is a good episode though. He can go in A tier. I mean, Gordon the best. I feel like even in the Nitrogen era, he was pretty well written. Like they knew what they were doing with him. You, on the other hand, you go A tier. James was kind of he was a selfish prick in half the CGI seasons, and I just don't have anything nice to say about him really. I did like Tickled Pink. That was like the only in the Nitrogen era he got one good episode. Tickled Pink. He also did crash into the sheds, but that caused Edward to leave, so I like you less. I don't like Percy in CGI. He's just... He's so whiny and annoying, kind of like me in real life. Um, he can go B. He's kind of annoying. Toby... I don't know why, but I was going to put him in the best, but now that I think about it, Toby's like a B tier as well. CGI kind of ruined this guy. Arguably, he was ruined when they made the switch to season 6 because he started to turn more into a coward. Like, don't get me wrong, he had a lot of good episodes in the model era, but I can't think of a standout Toby episode in CGI. I mean, there is Heart of Gold, but that if that didn't have the imagination sequence, it would be a great episode. I'll put him in B. Duck. What can I say about Duck? I like his voice actor. That's all I can say, pretty much. I don't think yet. Duck and the Slip Coaches is a good episode. That's more of a James episode than a Duck episode. And I guess I could count School of Duck as a good Duck episode, but like, I guess I'll put him in. He can go in B tier as well. Donald and Douglas. Love Me Tender. Peak. Absolute cinema. Love Me Tender is cinema. I think both of them go A tier. Yeah, they in later seasons they do just become Ari and Bert or Bill and Ben, but they argue all the time. But I like them. Oliver, however, I think this is our first C tier. Oliver is he's got nothing on his model series counterpart. He doesn't even get a spotlight role in the CGI series. Toad gets free episodes to himself, I think. Oliver has none. Emily, I can't. I don't know any good Emily episodes. I think it's a C tier. Okay, give me a minute. Yeah, these two are not good characters. I'm not going to explain. They replaced Edward and Henry, who are up here. They deserve it. Terrence. I don't know what to say about Terrence. First of all, they got rid of his hair from the model seasons, which is really annoying. I liked it when he had hair. Guess that's all I can say. I guess he can go C tier. Bertie, B tier as well. Okay, Not So Slow Coaches is a great episode. It's a great Annie and Clarabelle episode. And I think it's their best. I think this earns them the spot of C tier on the list. But no, actually, B tier. Henrietta. I think she's good. She's actually a really good character. I like how she and Toby are basically like an old grandpa and grandpa. I mean, a grandma and grandpa fighting, like, arguing and bickering and nagging each other. It's enjoyable. I like how in Saved from Scrap, I think no, not that one. The one where everyone thinks Toby's gonna get scrapped. She insists that there's no way. So you can go B tier. You're good. This fat piece of shit. This fat piece of shit is actually pretty good. In the model era, he was a very good authority figure. Yeah, he had his moments of being a bit cruel, but he was supposed to be cruel. He's a boss. He's like the railway director. And then in CGI, he was good. He was good in CGI. In the Nitrogen era, he did make some pretty questionable decisions. Looking at you, Thomas, in the books. I mean, it's time for a story. Making the Fat Controller send books by rail instead of road, or sending to, in the model era near the end, making them do specials that looked like tumors. But you can go A tier, you're good. Lady Hat, I have nothing to say about Sir Topham Hatt's children. Who is this? Is this Farmer McCall? I'm gonna put him in it. Bill and Ben! Bill and Ben. Bill and Ben are great. I like Bill and Ben. They're good. They're amazing. In CGI, I think they got better when they had a character of when Timothy was paired up with them, because unlike Boko, who is in the model era, Timothy would fall for their jokes, but he also knew they were happening. So I think that just made them better. They deserve A tier. Diesel's the best. He may have had a very weak start in the CGI era, getting like one speaking role in a single episode. But then they made him better, and Springtime for Diesel is one of the best episodes in the CGI series. Go watch it if you don't believe me. Daisy. I've never been a big fan of Daisy. But I guess Daisy can go C tier. She's got a good friendship with Ryan, I guess. Alright, Trevor is owned by a priest, and canonically he likes children, so I'm just gonna put him in E tier and move on. Harold the Helicopter. Harold the Helicopter. What can I say about Harold? He's good. I don't like how he's portrayed in the early CGI series, but in the model series, in the books, in the season 20 Letters for Santa, he's shown to be nice, but he's also got a cocky, arrogant side to him. That's good, the character. You can go B. Mavis. I don't have much to say about Mavis. In the books and the model series, she was great. And then in CGI, she was fine, I guess. She's better than Oliver. Bulgy. He's fine. He's funny in CGI, I guess. Like, trying to... Like, in an episode, Free the Roads, he goes behind the bus stop and tries to convince people like he's selling drugs to ride him instead of going on the trains. I like that. Nice joke. Toad. Again, how does Toad have more episodes in the CGI era than Oliver? Oliver is a major character in the model series, and fucking Toad has more spotlight roles than him. I'll put Toad in C and move on. Skarloey, he would be in S tier in the best, if not for what the hit era did to him. He was slandered in the hit era. Same with Rheneas. Sir Handel, I think, actually got slightly better. I wish he kept some of that cocky personality. Peter Sam's great. Rusty, Duncan is the best. Duncan doesn't really change, and I love him. He's just an angry Scottish man that would definitely beat you up in a fight. Cranky. Another the best. Like, he's barely changed, and that's good. Well, like, he's changed over time. He started off as a prick, and then he slowly warmed up to others around him. That's great. Butch the tow truck. I can't say anything about him. He does nothing apart from tow people around. Ari and Bert can go D tier because they're just the same character. Dowager Hat. She's great, actually. She's really funny. The writers in the Nitrogen era loved using this character, and I can see why. You can do a lot with this character. I'll put him in front of her son. Diesel 10. Diesel 10. If he did not return in CGI, he would have been in S tier. But then Dave the Diesels came along, turned him into a little wuss, and now he's somewhere like here. He's ruined. He's just ruined. He's better than these guys at least. At least he had a motive. Looking at you, Oliver. Harvey! I can't say anything about Harvey. He's got a nice voice. That's about it. Salty. Actually, when they brought him back in CGI, he was one of the better characters, I think. Like, he was genuinely, like, entertaining to see. So he can go high A tier. I'll put him high A tier in front of James, because I hate you now. Jack in the pack, even though not all of the pack is here, I guess Jack can go C, Alfie can go D, Oliver can go B, Max and Monty can go A, and Miss Jenny can go C. Who is this? I don't know. This is Farmer McCall. You can also go E because you do nothing. Cyril the Foggerman. Spencer! Spencer's a great character, actually. Like, Spencer's, like, one of my favorites. Plus, I like how for once, Gordon is not the best at something. Spencer upstages Gordon. In every regard. Because he's faster, he's stronger. The only thing he's not is smarter. But I guess he can go on the best as well. No, I'll put him at the top of S tier. I don't like the Duke and Duchess. They're just boring. Who is this? Don't know him. Rosie. She's got like three spotlights in the entire show. And all of them are terrible. Like, what? Of course they paired the girl train with Thomas to make a romance episode in the Big World era. No, that's disgusting. You're going in C tier. Rocky! Why the hell were you brought back so early? You're a freaking crane. They had other cranes. I guess Rocky can go D tier, because, I mean, he's in most of the frickin' show now. He's in half the fucking show. Because he was introduced in Season 11. And then he made his final appearance, what? Season 20? I don't remember. Mr. Percival? He's a B tier. He's fine. He controls the small engines, I mean the narrow gauge, but they're fine. I do not like Whiff. Whiff is bad. Whiff is terrible. Stanley has so much wasted potential. Introduced at the end of the model era, where they started to do the mix of models and CGI for one season. He got one secondary role, or a few secondary roles, and then they dropped him completely. Like, he doesn't have a single spotlight role in the entire show, I think. And that is terrible. He had such potential. I have to give him D. Hero is the best. He is one of the best characters. He was the first new CGI character introduced, and in the final season of CGI, he finally got his send-off. And I hope that's the last I ever see of him, because I am not watching the new stuff. Victor. Nathan can go B, Kevin can go C, Kevin can go D, I'm just gonna speedrun some of this. I hate Charlie. Charlie's such a piece of shit. Mr. Bubbles. You know, this kind of looks like one of my friends. Kind of looks like one of my friends. You can go D. I don't know who this is. Is this Farmer McCall again? Why are there two Farmer McCalls? Am I just stupid? Probably. Loam Hat. So they pulled a frickin'... I remember in CGI, they pulled a fucking... Hey, what if Sir Topham Hatt had a brother and he was just a goofy... He was a goofy person. And he actually was not responsible in any regard whatsoever. He can go C tier, though. Oh, wait, no, actually, he does play hide and seek with children. That's gonna dock some points off of his score. I don't like Bash, Dash, and Ferdinand. They're so annoying. Captain, such a lame name. You go E, you go E, you go E, you go F. Oh no, that's F minus. You go F. Paxton! Paxton's great. He started off as kind of like just a nobody that was in the background, and then one year they decided to put him in a movie, in one of the best movies that the Thomas franchise has ever made, and made him a main character. well, not a main character, but like he's important to the plot. And then he became a major character in seasons following. Like he's great. He's one of the fan favorites of the CGI era, and I like him too. I think he's a S tier. He's just great. Sydney, I don't have much to say about. He's good. I like him. He's forgetful, but also in the movie Day of the Diesels, when the Diesels storm the Steamworks, Sydney is left inside while the building is catching on fire. They left him to die in that fire, and he somehow survived that. I have to give him props for that. I have to give him points for that. He gets a B tier. High B tier. Not better than these guys, though. Den and Dart. I don't have much to say about them. Their one Spotlight episode is pretty good. It's the best episode of Season 19, in my opinion. You, however, you do nothing. You, unibrow piece of shit. Luke is great. I like Luke. Introduced in Blue Mountain Mystery. He's a little Irish engine, and he's hiding because he pushed someone into the sea on accident. And of course he thinks he killed them because, you know, logic. And so he hides, and then at the end of the movie he stops hiding, and everyone likes him and accepts him, and he's got some pretty good episodes. I think The Switch is a pretty good episode of showing that Luke is a prideful little bastard sometimes. And I think he goes, hey, great character, Winston. I don't like Winston, but I guess he can go C tier. Merrick. The other one, Merrick and Owen, I remember. Stafford does nothing. Steven is great. He's one of the best. He's got a great voice actor, and he's very important to one special, and also, he literally admits to several of his brothers blowing up. That's amazing. Millie, I don't have much to say about Millie. I guess you can go C as well. No, you can go B. You're funny. I don't like Connor and Caitlin. They do nothing. Porter does nothing. Timothy! Timothy's fine, I guess. You can go C. Marion, I thought was going to be a one-off, like, in the movie and then make background cameos. No, she appears... She gets at least 2 spotlight roles, I think. Is a major character in one of the best... In the best Thomas movie. And she's... Is she voiced by Olivia Rodrigo? I'll have to check real quick, wait. Oh no, it's Olivia Colman. Oopsies. We're gonna pretend that I did not make that wrong. Gator's fine. I like Gator. In Tale of the Brave, he's fine, but he does nothing really. Like, he's the driving force for Percy. Like, he's Percy's new friend because Thomas is neglecting him, but apart from that, Gator is C tier. I don't like Reg, he does nothing. Samson, I don't like Samson. The slip coaches also go G. I don't like this guy. Judy and Jerome can go E tier. They don't even have a spotlight role, I think. Glenn's fine, I guess. Glenn's good. He's like Steven, but slightly worse. But he was introduced in The Adventure Begins, and he gets, like, 3 lines where it's just like, wear that #1 with pride, Thomas. So I guess you can go B tier. Ryan's great. He's from the best Thomas special. Originally, he was going to be painted red, but he would look too much like Arthur, and if they wanted to do that, they would have just reintroduced Arthur, so I think Ryan's a B tier. Also, Daisy's a piece of shit manipulating this poor man. What did he do? Mike, Rex, Matt, and Burke can all go, I guess they can all go C tier. Actually, no, they'll all go B tier. They're great characters. If only they did more in the, Sodor's Legend of the Lost Treasure. But in Season 20, they get great episodes. Skiff. What do I put Skiff? I guess you can go C tier. He's fine. Sailor John. Main villain of Sodor's Legend of the Lost Treasure. Pirate. And he tries to blow Thomas up with dynamite. That sounds like A-tier material to me. Great character. You can go there. I don't know who this is. I guess I'll just... Philip. This little shit stain is so annoying. I hate him. He deserves to die in a fire. I want him gone. F. This is an unnamed workman. Unnamed character. Flying Scotsman. Flying Scotsman. He's fine. I like him. He can go B tier. Top of B. Actually, I'll move Toby to top of B. Shima. I don't know where to put a Shima. I guess C tier, I guess. Vinny is D tier. Vinny does nothing in the movie that he's in. Like, apart from threaten. Oh, wait, no, he threatens Philip, and I hate Philip. You go C tier for that. The mainland diesel. He's so done with life. He wants to kill himself. That earns him I'll put him in D tier. Not because, but because he's got no name. Nameless characters deserve to that. Hugo. I don't like Hugo. He's shaped like a fucking pill. I don't like Bradford because he's I don't know what he is. This is just no. Young Bao. He's the only Big World Big Adventures character I actually like, because his episode is actually really good. Young Bao and the Tiger. It's like the only Big World episode besides Heart of Gold I suggest you watch. It's great. He gets a B tier for that. No, I'll put him in C because he is from Big World. Beresford. I don't like Beresford. No. Lexi, F tier. Theo, E tier. Merlin, I'm not up there yet. Frankie, F tier. Merlin's a good character, I guess. He can go C tier. I wish that he had more appearances in the show. But apart from that, he's fine. Hannah? I don't like Hannah. She's just Henrietta, but worse. Carly's just cranky, but not cranky, and worse. Big Mickey's just a fucking reference. This guy's got a fucking fat-ass chin. Reminds me of one of my friends. Who are these knobs? Lightning McQueen. Or Ace, or whatever his name is. I don't like Ace. I guess he can go F tier, because he's more bearable than these two, I guess. Also, he's Australia. He gets points for that. That's just Duncan but girl. I'm not ranking Duncan but girl. Have I done all the characters that I know? Jeez. Oh, yeah, I said I would do some exceptions. Duchess. Duchess is fine, I guess, in the Royal Engine, her only appearance, but she's kind of... I don't know. She doesn't even do much in that. Sunny... I'm indifferent about Sunny. I like his arc of him being used by people, and then he tries to prove himself, and then he gets manipulated by Diesel, which makes others hate him again, but in the other half, I'm like, dude, you could have just left those fucking criminals behind. Like, they're not gonna catch up to you. So I guess D tier. Kenji... Yeah, I don't like Kenji. No. I don't like Kenji. He's annoying, like me in real life. The Queen! They cut off her head, so we can't see it. I mean, respect for the dead, I guess, so E tier. And then finally, I guess there's Chloe. I hate these two characters. They're so fucking annoying. I'm not even going to go into the reasons why I hate them. They're so annoying. I guess that's it. Bye.